we are going to study variables. A variable is a symbol used to represent a number. An algebraic expression contains a combination of variables, numbers, and at least one operation. X plus 7. This is an algebraic expression. The variable is x. You have a constant, which is the number 7, and the operation is addition. 3x is also an algebraic expression. This means 3 times x. It is being multiplied. When I see a number right beside a variable, it does mean multiplication. We have the expression x plus 7. But remember, x is a variable. It varies. It changes. Well, let's evaluate this expression if x equals 2. I will plug in 2 for x. Well, if x is 2, that will be 2 plus 7. I will get 9. Well, I'm going to change it. I want you to evaluate this expression if x equals 5. My answer will be 12. Now I want x to be 10. I will have 10 plus 7, and you will get 17. Let's evaluate this expression for several values of x also. The expression is 3x. Let's evaluate this if x is 2. I will have 3 times 2, which will be 6. If x is equal to 5, I will have 3 times 5, that will be 15. I want you to evaluate this expression if x is equal to 10. 3 times 10 is 30. Okay, we are now going to translate each phrase into an algebraic expression. I have a phrase, the sum of h and 8. Sum means to add. I will simply take h and 8 and I will add them together for my algebraic expression. The answer will be h plus 8. Twice a number. That means 2 times a number. What should I use for that number? It didn't tell me which number. We could use a variable. It's your choice. Do you want to use A, B, C? Do you want to use X? I could just write 2x, which means 2 times x. 3 times a number, that's 3x, decreased. Well, decrease means to subtract. So 3 times a number, decreased by 18. My algebraic expression will be 3x minus 18. Okay, now we are going to work with sentences and translate them into equations. Equations have equal marks. The product of a number and 8 is 72. Now, whenever I see that word is, that's a clue that that is where the equal mark should go. Product. Product means to multiply. I'm supposed to take the product of a number and 8. What number? I will have to use a variable for that number. So let's use y for our number this time, for our variable. So the product of a number and 8, I could use y times 8 is equals 72. And this is correct. But in algebra, when we have variables and numbers multiplied together, we really prefer to put the number, the coefficient in front. So instead of y times 8, it's really a better practice to do 8 times y, or just 8y, and it is equal to 72. A number increased by 2 is 16. There's the word is. A number. Once again, we need to use a variable for that number. We could use n. So a number increased means I'm going to add. I'm going to make it bigger. A number increased by 2 is 16. And the last one is very tricky. 10 less than a number is 19. Let's use x for our number. But this says 10 less than a number. I'm going to be subtracting. You have to be very careful when you subtract. If you subtract in the wrong order, you will get the wrong answer. 10 less than a number. I'm going to begin with a number. I will let my number be x. I don't want x. I want 10 less than that number. So I'm going to take that number, subtract off 10, and there's my equals is 19.